Greetings and welcome to the Yosoy JCI channel. In today's video, we are going to continue deepening our knowledge of the Ethereal Restart game, a title that is in its beta phase and that is actually falling in love with more and more players. The idea is in this video to give you 5 reasons why you should start playing, try it, be prepared for the global version. And at the end of the video, we're going to do some tiptoes to see if we're lucky enough to get some important characters. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that the design of the characters, and this would be the first reason, is impressive. There you can see what each one of the characters we would have in the game would be like. With some attributes, we would have the section 2 of module where we are going to be able to equip them with different skills, and then we will have as shells. It's a kind of battle aid. We are going to be able to play all this on a mobile device, but it can also be played on PCY. The progress you have on each of the platforms is respected there. Do you see that the design is beautiful? The second reason is that the game is completely in Spanish. We are not going to have any problem knowing what the menus are, seeing what the skills do, where we have to look to improve our games. This for us is one of the best things. You're seeing the third. Not only is it an open world, but we're also going to have sort of turn-based BB. But beware. There is also one PBE that promises to be quite entertaining and quite competitive. The fourth thing I encourage you to try this game is that at the moment there are no stores with real money. They are giving us a lot of materials with tickets, with coins from the games themselves, and there is no way to buy anything, which would be with real money, with which we will be able to experience all gaming situations without having to spend a single cent, all free to play. But hurry, because this beta is going to close very soon. It is true that the game already seems quite prepared, which is why we want the global release to be closer and closer. But just in case, I encourage you to give it a go and at least play for a week to get the controls. The characters. How do we manage all those types of issues that are going to have so much relevance at the time of the global exit and have an account? It's just that I'm talking to you about characters. Just removing many of them will be enough. At least in the beta, we will not have to go for many dupes. We will simply have to get materials to upgrade the skills, but having a character would be enough, and then I will show you the banners. The truth is that it is being quite simple to get several of the characters that are the cutest. We're going to have quite a few farming stages, farming dungeons. It is true that within the game we are going to have characters that are RSRYSSR, which is the highest category, and in the banners we are going to have it secured in our invocations, which is the last thing I want to show you in today's video. We also have a great variety of bosses. We will be able to choose the lineup. As always, we have features with which we are going to have an advantage or disadvantage with our color that we like. We can select rivals in the PvP. We also have a series of seconds to come up with strategy and see who we attack. Then when attacking, we have a battle pose, and then we would have the attack itself with. There you see a special animation. We can put it in manual, we can put it in automatic, and we can also check the buffs we have or the debuffs we have in the character bar, and also in a drop down. The animation is spectacular. It would be about 5 gigs more or less, and there will be characters that do quite well, and that will be given away within the game. If nothing changes, we're gonna have some very good characters. And that's simply for doing some daily missions we are going to have as a reward. Let's hope that doesn't change. The company that makes the Go is called XD. We do not have a definitive global release date, but I already tell you that this beta is quite advanced because it is translated into several languages, which makes us indicate that a few things would simply remain to be polished. You can register on their page, web for example, or search for it on the Google Play Store or other application stores to understand a little better that we are going to have the history of the game because it is described. It is a digital world in which, well, we are not going to have to fight, and the truth is that the animations are super beautiful, there you see, and at the moment it is true that we do not have payments, but hopefully it will continue to be a fairly friendly game. To all the players, you see it combines the PB part of the turn-based fighting missions with exploration parts. We will have chests that we have to recover in all these places that do not tell us where they are, but rather that we, with our investigations, are going to have to recover. And I already tell you that it can be played on both a mobile device and a computer through a gamepad. Look at these chests. Is what? I was talking to you, excuse me. Let's go back. These are the chests that I was talking to you about, that we are going to have to investigate, to recover certain materials, to invoke. We will need those anima prototypes, those floppy disks that you have. There are in two colors, the purple ones that are more basic, and then we have some gold ones, and the hydro crystal that would be a kind of token inside. Of the games, that little yellow dot would indicate where we should go. We have enemies who may discover and hit us. We sometimes have to hide and hit them first if we don't want to go through this phase later of battle, but the truth is that at the moment it is being quite entertaining. The fifth reason that I am going to give you is that at the moment there is a quite active community in Spanish. We have a private chat there where people are very willing to help. I have to thank Adako13 for the notions he has given me about this game. And here we will continue creating content so that all of you can get hooked as soon as possible. From this, what truly promises many joys is ethereal, to subtract. We're going to finish this little battle and we're going to go to the invocations. I'm going to tell you a little about the characters, which would be a kind of mini time list, or maybe we'll make a little more specific video about that particular ready. There we are. We got another victory. The story stages are quite long. Let's get out of here. Let me get out of this story mode. We're gonna get out of the level and we'd leave. Do you see here that we directly have the menu to access the different sites? These are our characters. And the summoning part would be here. We will have several characters that are interesting with various skins, but the skins are not going to contribute. Nothing, at least in the beta, it's simply something aesthetic. So this is quite good because thanks to that we know that this part at least won't be much of Doneta. As for the characters, there are some that stand out more than others. Here in this special banner we have closed. There are some that stand out more for the PPPY issue, others that stand out more for the PBE issue. In the next one we will have Masia, this character who is undoubtedly one of the most important, quite top. Then here we have Heal Kid, another one you should try to get at first with very good characters. This Heal Kid is a defensive support. Then we'll have the permanent vocation. And finally we have the invocation of affinity in this section. Here we have Heinrich, undoubtedly another of the most outstanding, and Masia. Here we need these floppy disks that are golden. We have 60. We're going to do some summons here, and then we're going to go try to get other characters. The truth is that it would be quite triumphant to get either of them. Here on the topic of probabilities, you see a little bit. What would the issue of getting Heinrich to Messia be like? We have a 1% base probability for this animus. That's what the SSR category characters would be called. Then we would have the purple SRs. They are already a blue color. The color changes in the summons to know if we are having luck or not. We are having luck. There we would put our tip, our golden floppy disk. And on this screen, we will know our see that it turns golden. Purple. We already know that we will have a character, sir. We will not have any SSR. The copies become these little cards and then improve our characters. Let's go for the second invo, the summoning screen that turns yellow. Be careful. Let's see how lucky we are. Please let it touch me. Some of the important ones, we have Dorothy and I get Heinrich. Excellent luck. It's a shame that global progress is not maintained. But here I would have one of the top. The truth is that it's brutal. What good luck. I love having brought out this character who is absolutely blown up here. See you, Heinrich? We have taken it out now. We are going to go see it in the account. We're going to finish these invocations. We're going to do the other 4. We're going to go through them a little faster. SR, as you can see, let's go to this other Ingo. Let's jump only purple character. Let's wait in this one. I have it ugly. Let's see if the screen turns golden. Let's skip anything. We have the last one left. And okay, well, we haven't had any luck than you've seen, but the truth is, I can't complain about having gotten Heinrich. We're going to the permanent banner, the permanent invocation. Here we have Heilkis to Kolos Lilith, Siada, Klos, Tiamat, Celine, Joyan, Veronica, Lingluo, Beyond Tim, Rajo. You see, they're not exactly the same depending on the banner. And down here we would have Heinrich, Lily, Shania, Messiah, and Doki Doki with a probability of coming out of 0.75. Those at the top, we would have 10.25 at the bottom, while in this banner it was 1%. If one of these characters comes out, we are going to launch here. We have a few invocations. Let's see here which characters we get. 3SCR. Let's jump, see if we get any of the yellows. Dorothy, nothing. We don't have any yellows, but we're going to keep faith. Dorothy's a pretty good character, even though she is Mr. Ya for all you know, especially in the Earth game. We would have Turandot as a new character in the account, but the Acer Sale RC77 would be resisting, which was not in the account before Mira either. We got Lilith. Okay, it would have been our turn. Lilith? In this invocation, we already have another SSR. We could basically form an entire team of characters. SASR, and quite good ones. We will see the account. You have 6 types left. Little by little, we are achieving achievements within the NADA account. Tenemos otra multi. Another multi-form more of Bolo. with a spectacular design waifu new characters, but of Mr. Rank. Let's go to the last two emails. Have sent many of these materials to make invocations. And finally, we obtain Diamat, and it would be with that design also impressive. And there would be a new character as defensive support. And I want to take you to the characters to show you the SSRs I have, at least the most important ones. Also leave me the comments in the box. What do you think? Well, here is Hellkid. We have already talked about that he is one of those defensive supports with a probability of stun. For example, shield theme, we see that he is a defensive support. Then as another SSR, we would have Lian. There you see attacker in the area with those phoenix that we have seen in action. We would have the celestial rain ceilings with those jellyfish. Have you seen it too? Have you seen how it would work? It has some mechanics that are quite interesting of absorbing damage. For example, here I made even a hippo can be watered in a water tank. Deals 4 hits to all enemies, with a 20% every 1 chance to inflict attack and reduce critical chance for 2 turns. For example, from buffer we would have Lilith. Here would be this design, Lilith. And we're going to his skills. Orders the balloons to attack, causing a hit equal to a percentage of their maximum hit points. A single objective. After the attack, there is a probability of winning an extra turn. This is quite important. Speed issue. The characters attack according to the speed they have. It can be increased in some ways. This is very curious and is going to be important, especially for the PvP. It's going to launch explosive balloons, causing a percentage of the year with respect to rise with a probability of inflicting reduced velocity. Returns to all the objectives and detonate funny prank on the main objective, delaying the preparation of the blow, and the last thing you could do, launches a surprise attack dealing percentage damage to his life and with a probability to inflict funny mischief 2 turns, and immediately gains a spectacular extra turn on the subject of buffing rivals. Then we would have Heinrich, who I have told you is one of the most important characters. You see the presence he has. I will teach you these characters. Battle what Heinrich does. Shots cause a great percentage of damage to a single enemy with a chance to inflict block for a turn, and has the effect in Reaper's Glow. Every time Heinrich's attack has a 40% chance. And if for a boom of time, if the object has no boomers, has an 80% chance to inflict a boom of last words accumulation of 2 turns anti-curete for 2 turns. And 50% of inflicting block 2 turns each. Accumulation of last words on the objective increases the critical damage of the skill. The combined effect of the first and third skills was 20%. Then we'd have Tiamat as shield and provocation. We have already said that it is a more or less defensive support, and we would go to the characters. Sir, well, with what I have I will do some tests. The truth is that, well, I'm not complaining. We're going to take a look and teach the skills of all the characters. I hope you like the video, that you give the games a chance. Thumbs up, leave a powerful like, subscribe in order to know more content from this and other games, and see you in the next content of the channel. Until next.